Hello, I'm Thomas Finney. I'm an analyst here with Osprey Flight Solutions, and once again I'll be taking you through our weekly update. This week, the proliferation of second and third wave COVID-19 pandemics in Europe, Asia and the Middle East has continued to limit international travel. Authorities in the UAE have announced that they have temporarily suspended the issuance of new visas to visitors from 11 countries, including Pakistan, Kenya and Turkey, due in part to rising national infection rates and issues related to accurate PCR testing. Meanwhile, in Europe, the German Chancellor Angela Merkel has proposed a European Union-wide ban on ski trips in the winter months, as Germany and Italy have warned that resorts once again could become super-spreading hotspots. In East Asia, the formation of a long-awaited travel corridor between Hong Kong and Singapore was postponed by 2 weeks, just 24 hours before it was due to come into effect, following reports of untraced community transmission of COVID-19 in the former. However, there have also been several positive developments relating to the streamlining of entry restrictions, most notably in the UK, where the Department of Transport has announced a new COVID-19 testing strategy, which includes an option for new arrivals to either self-isolate for 14 days upon arrival or quarantine for 5 days and take a PCR test. More controversially, the Australian federal government has been one of the first to suggest that it may adopt some form of coronavirus vaccine passport to enable frictionless travel once inoculations become more widespread. However, this does raise more questions than it answers, including whether vaccines will even effectively reduce transmission between individuals, how different demographic groups will be prioritised based on their travel requirements, what period of time vaccines take to become effective after doses are administered, what safeguards will exist to prevent fraudulent proof of vaccination, and even which of the existing vaccine candidates will qualify as proven treatments, and the degree to which these efficacy statistics will be scrutinised. Another incident involving fraudulent PCR test certificates was reported this week at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi, where 21 passengers were arrested before attempting to travel to the UAE. Officers also reportedly confiscated several fake yellow fever inoculation certificates, which are also required as a prerequisite for travel. The development follows a series of arrests at the same airport earlier last month, when around 100 Kenyan nationals were prevented from boarding another flight to the UAE for the same reason. Around half of these travellers went on to test positive for COVID-19 after they would be processed by a health ministry team. Although it hasn't been explicitly confirmed, the suspension of the UAE visa applications for Kenyan citizens is thought to have been spurred by this incident in particular. This week has also seen the start of the trial of a Vienna-based Iranian diplomat in Antwerp, who was arrested in 2018 for allegedly transporting an explosive device on a commercial flight from Tehran to the Austrian capital. Further details of the incident have since emerged following a 2-year evidence-gathering effort by law enforcement organisations across Europe, and prosecutors have claimed that the plot was authorised by the highest levels of government in Iran, with the intent of disrupting the annual convention of a prominent exiled opposition group. In response, Tehran has denied any connection to the alleged plot, which previously described as a false flag operation. Coverage of developments in the Tigray region of Ethiopia have been dominated by the capture of the regional capital of Mekelle by the ENDF this week, following airstrikes and artillery shelling against TPLF targets in its immediate environs. However, the latter has vowed to continue fighting despite the territorial losses. On the 27th and 28th of November, it reportedly conducted a series of rocket attacks from northern Ethiopia into Eritrea against targets in the capital Asmara. The TPLF also claims to have shot down an ENDF MiG-23 combat aircraft near Abiy Adi on the 29th of November, although this has been denied by the Ethiopian government and no details have been released on what type of weapon system was employed. And that's it for this week. Looking ahead to the next, the analyst team at Osprey will be covering the usual broad range of topics, including aviation-related industrial activity, developments in the COVID-19 related travel restrictions, and foreign currency and narcotics trafficking via commercial flights. Also, as the world begins to see the launch of COVID-19 vaccination programs, the aviation industry will play a crucial role in the next stage of our collective pandemic response. Therefore, the team here at Osprey will be closely monitoring a range of pertinent issues and threats which may impact this process. So, please sign up to our LinkedIn page to receive further updates and subscribe to our free Osprey Open platform to learn more. Thanks for watching.